guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name's Chrissy. So for today's video I have a super exciting one which I have already tried to film once already, but it didn't quite go right, so here is take two. And for today's video I'm going to be testing out the very much hyped and loved Stacey Marie and Bperfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get putting this on my eyes. That made no sense, but okay. So here's what the inside looks like. Super bright, super colourful, very Stacey and Bperfect. I loved the previous Carnival XL Pro palette, so I have high expectations for this. Little spoiler of what I tried the previous time I tried to film this. I did really love it, but I didn't get too far, so there's still a bunch of shades that I haven't tried out, so let's just get straight on into the video. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and stuck my brows down using the Pink Honey glue in Strawberry Sherbet Texture Hold, and then I just used the Sleek Nano Brow Disc to fill it in, and I'll fill this one in once I've primed it and all that later. But I've just used the P. Louise base in shade 2 to prime my lid and carve out my brow. Now let's put some magic on my eyes. Right, so I'm firstly going to take this shade here called Blackberry on my Peaches and Cream PC47 brush, and I'm just going to start to work that into my crease. I don't think I used this shade when I previously tried to film this, but oh, this shade definitely packs a punch. I can tell that straight away. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going to start to try and map out the shape I want. Just roughly, because obviously I'll cut that a little bit later. I'm hoping this shade blends out well, because I know sometimes purples can be a bit tricky, but I'm very hopeful. And then next up, on that same brush, I'm just going to take a bit of this shade here called Magenta. I did just quickly clean off my brush using some of my ISO Clean brush cleaner, and just putting that above that first purple shade. I remember quite liking this shade, really liking this shade when I first used it. It's very pigmented, as you can see, and blended out super well. Have any of you guys tried this palette? If you have, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And then to finish blending that out, I'm going to take this PC11 brush from Peaches and Cream and take some of the shade Tahiti, just to finish off blending that out. I'm really liking this colour combo. I definitely think these colours work really nicely together, which you would expect given they're all in the same palette. Just keep blending. Okay, so I quickly went ahead and cut my crease and primed it using that same P. Louise base in shade 2. And then now I'm just going to take this shade here called Key Lime on this Trigwell Cosmetics T11 brush. This is one of my favourite shades out of this whole palette. I'm a sucker for a good green. And then I'm just going to start to pat that on the first part of my eyelid. Not showing up as much as it did the first time, so let's try and go in with some more. There we go, that's better. And then I'm just going to follow along with that with the shade Tropics. Ooh, yes, this is so pretty and lovely and pigmented too. So I just quickly mapped out where I want my wing to go, and then I'm going to take this shade here on that same brush called Forest, which definitely looks like a lovely foresty green, and it's just pat that on. Ooh, beautiful. Such a pretty deep dark green. This is what we are looking like so far. I'm actually living for how this has turned out. Like, I think this is my best cut crease I've done. Not to make my own head expand by 100 times, but I'm really impressed with it. What do you guys think so far? I really like the colour combo too. These colours definitely go super well together. Right, now I'm quickly going to go off camera, do my other eye, pop on some lashes as always, and then I'll come back to finish off the eyes and do the base makeup. See you in a sec. Right, so that is done, lashes are on. These are the Unicorn Cosmetics Fallen Star lashes that they have just launched recently. I'm obsessed with how these look. They're one of my new favourite styles of lashes. So to prime, I'm going to take my little mini itty bitty Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is actually only my second time using this, and I thought I'd buy a little mini one just to start out, just so I can test it and see if I like it before going all out and buying the big size. And my first impression, I really liked it. I found it gripped my foundation really well, because I was a little bit worried. I've seen a few people say they didn't like how it worked on dry skin, but it's working pretty well on my dry skin. Well, the first time it did. Hopefully it does this second time round. And it's definitely nice and tacky, which is good, which means my foundation will stick nicely to it. And then for foundation, I'm going to take the Benefit Hello Happy Air Stick Foundation in shade 1. I've been loving this recently. It just gives such a nice, natural look to the skin. Not too heavy or cakey looking, and it gives a nice medium coverage in my opinion, which is what I love. I much prefer a more light to medium coverage. I just find a full coverage looks way too dusty and crusty and raw on my skin. I'm just going to blend that in using my Peaches and Cream PC02 brush. I absolutely adore this brush for blending out stick foundations. It works a dream. Now foundation is all nice and blended. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer to cover up these scary under eye bags. And just blending that out using my Ecotool sponge. Like already you can see how full coverage this concealer is. Which is what I prefer to do, is go in with a more lighter medium coverage foundation and then build up with concealer. And blended and covered, which is great. And then to set that, I'm just going to, oh god, that's a bit much. I'm just going to take a little bit of my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Butter, and this Peaches PC16 brush. Just lightly set my under eyes. This is also a new product that I've been trying out recently, and I've quite enjoyed it so far. And to warm up my face, I'm going to take my new favourite thing, which is the Milk Makeup bronzer stick in the shade Baked, which is such a beautiful shade, perfect for my skin tone. And then to blend that out, I like to use this Real Techniques, I think it's the Expert Face Brush, yeah, and just pat there into the skin, and then blendy blend. Nozzle, can't miss her out. This just blends out so easily. It's great. I can see why it's so loved by so many people. Now moving on to highlighter, I'm going to try this one out from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's their loose highlighter in the shade Vegas, which I've not actually tried before, so I'm super excited. So let's take a little bit on the Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush and just start to... Ooh, okay. She is beautiful. Wow. I think I might prefer this one to Snowflake. Oh my god. She is gorgeous. And then take a little bit more on the other side. Oh, let's get this hair out of the way. Oh yes. This is beautiful. I'm so glad I finally have her in my collection. A little bit on my nose. Yes. Look at that glow. Wow. And now I'm just going to set that all in place using my ABH juicer. Lovely. And now to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to do exactly the same as what I did through my crease and all that. So taking blackberry on this little pencil brush and just run that along my lower lash line. And then going in with magenta underneath that. And then lastly, going in with the shade Tahiti. Right, so now I'm going to quickly go and do my other eye, and I'll be right back to do lips and show you the final look. So I'm really sorry, I started doing my lips and then realised I hadn't pressed record, so I just used the Makeup Obsession Matchmaker Lip Crayon in the shade Treat, and then now I'm just going to use this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Glass Slipper, and I actually got this for free with my coins on the Agora app. Agora is great, you can just do a little mini reviews on there, you earn coins and then you can redeem them on different treats, and this was one of them which I'm super impressed with, so let's give it a go. It's just a nice clear shade. Oh, obviously. It's just, oh, super glossy and smells really good too. It smells almost like sweets. Yes, and so this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments all your thoughts, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, please do let me know. And yeah, I really enjoyed the Carnival 3 palette. This is definitely a must-have. I would say go out and buy it if you can. It's definitely worth the price in my opinion. I love it just as much as the previous palette, if not a little bit more maybe. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys!